Hey, what's going on, beautiful royal family? All praises to the Most High God of Israel. Family, I'm coming in front of you because I know there are many of you that are unfamiliar with what this DOGE is. Many of you have seen it on the news. You've seen it on social media. It's been the water cooler of discussions on your jobs, and many of you have absolutely no idea what it is, what it references. You're uneducated about it. But this is something that you certainly need to be educated about. So, as we always do, we're going to deep dive into it here. So, this is something that cannot be done all in one. It is going to take time to break this down, but I want to make sure that everybody right here in the royal family, that you are educated about these things. So, the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to go directly to the government website right here. We're going to go to the whitehouse.gov. And we're going to read exactly what it is that this DOGE is. But when we explain it, we're going to explain it in sections. But I want to read the whole thing first. And then once we go into breaking it down, we will break it down in sections. And it may take a couple of days. It may take a couple of months. But either way, you're going to be familiar with what it is. So I am going to direct this here to the whitehouse.gov. That's where this is. And for many people who had a mention about me not putting the links in my videos and stuff anymore, I'm finding out that when I do put the links in there, that they are canceling the videos and they're knocking them out. That's how they're finding them fast. So we have to think smarter than the fifth grader, okay? If you guys want the links, just reach out to me. I'll send them to you. All right, so this is coming from the whitehouse.gov, and the title, Establishing and Implementing the President's Department of Government Efficiency Executive Order. This is dated January 20th, 2025, okay? So that's the DOGE, and that's what it stands for, the Department of Government Efficiency. Now we're going to read what it's for. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. Section 1. Purpose. The executive order establishes the Department of Government Efficiency to implement the president's DOGE agenda by modernizing federal technology and software to maximize governmental efficiency and productivity. Section 2. Definitions. As used in this order, agency has the meaning given to it in Section 551 of Title 5 United States Code, except that such term does not include the executive office of the president or any components thereof. B. Agency head means the highest ranking official of an agency, such as the secretary, administrator, chairman, or director, unless otherwise specified in this order. Section 3. DOGE structure. A. Reorganization and renaming of the United States Digital Service. The United States Digital Service is hereby publicly renamed as the United States DOGE Service, parentheses, USDS, and shall be established in the executive order of the president. B. Establishment of a temporary organization. There shall be a USDS administrator established in the executive office of the president who shall report to the White House Chief of Staff. There is further established within USDS in accordance with Section 3161 of Title 5 United States Code, a temporary organization known as the U.S. DOGE Service Temporary Organization. The U.S. DOGE Service Temporary Organization shall be headed by the USDS Administrator and shall be dedicated to advancing the President's 18-month DOGE agenda. The U.S. DOGE Service Temporary Organization shall terminate on July 4th, 2026. The termination of the U.S. DOGE Service Temporary Organization shall not be interpreted to imply the termination, attenuation, or amendment of any other authority or provision of this order. The DOGE teams, in consultation with USDS, each agency head shall establish within their respective agencies a DOGE team of at least 4 employees, which may include special government employees hired or assigned within 30 days of the date of this order. Agency heads shall select the DOGE team members in consultation with the USDS administrator. Each DOGE team will typically include 1 DOGE team lead, 1 engineer, 1 human resource specialist, and 1 attorney. Agency heads shall ensure that DOGE team leads coordinate their work with USDS and advise their respective agency heads on implementing the President's DOGE agenda. Section 4, modernizing federal technology and software to maximize efficiency and productivity. A, the USDS administrator shall commence a software modernization initiative to improve the quality and efficiency of government-wide software, network infrastructure, and information technology IT systems. Among other things, the USDS administrator shall work with agency heads to promote interoperability between agency networks and systems, ensure data integrity, and facilitate responsible data collection and synchronization. B, agency heads shall take all necessary steps in coordination with the USDS administrator and to the maximum extent consistent with law to ensure USDS has full and prompt access to all unclassified agency records, software systems, and IT systems. USDS shall adhere to rigorous data protection standards. C, the executive order displaces all prior executive orders and regulations insofar as they are subject to direct presidential amendment that might serve as a barrier to providing USDS access to agency records and systems as described above. Section 5, general provisions. A, nothing in this order shall be construed to impair or otherwise infect. Number 1, the authority granted by law to an executive department or agency or the head thereof. Or number 2, the functions of the director of the Office of Management and Budget relating to budgetary, administrative, and legislative proposals. B, this order shall be implemented consistent with applicable law and subject to the availability of appropriations. C, this order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law or in equity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other persons. The White House, dated January 20th, 2025. Now, that's a lot of power given. That's a lot. So for many people, you just heard me read a whole bunch and it went in one ear and out the other. But for many of you, you were paying attention. And you may have picked up on some things that I picked up on. So what we're going to do, let's go back up. Let's go back to Section 2. Because there was something said in Section 2 that definitely needs to be reviewed. And like I said, we're going to break this down. We're going to break it down. Everything's not going to get done today. In Section 2, I want to read the definitions. Again, as used in this order, A, agency has the meaning given to it in Section 551 of Title 5, United States Code, except that such term does not include the executive order of the president or any components thereof. That's the part that bothers me right there. Now, B, agency head means the highest ranking official of an agency, such as the secretary, administrator, chairman, or director, unless otherwise specified in this order. So, of course, now what we have to do, it gave us the location of where we need to go. This is what people don't do. So what we're going to do, we're going to go right over to section 551 of Title 5. And let's just see what this says here. Let's take a look at what they're going after. If you can see this document right here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Executive documents. Now, we could sit here and read all of this, but no. Let's go ahead and pay attention to the meat and potatoes of our meal right now. Let's see these executive documents. So what are they going after? First and foremost, the Department of Agriculture. Number 2, the Department of Commerce. Number 3, the Department of the Interior. Number 4, the Department of Justice. Number 5, the Department of Labor. And number 6, the Department of the Treasury. So wait a minute now. So that D.O.G.E, that's the order is going after? So this power, not even the president can touch. This is an executive order that is going to be terminated on July 4th, 2026, and a temporary order. Who is this power being given to? Y'all got to start asking questions. If it's not for the president, then who is it being given to? Let's take a look at those departments. I'm serious. I really, truly hope that y'all are paying attention, man. A lot of you are going to die. And you're going to die clumsily. Very, very clumsily. Because you're not listening. You're not paying attention. You have the ostrich in the sand mentality. So let's look at every department that it spoke of. First and foremost, the Department of Commerce. The Department of Commerce, the DOC, promotes economic growth and job creation for the United States. It does this by supporting international trade, technological advancement, and domestic economic development. Let's look at the next one. The United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, is a federal agency that manages the country's food, agriculture, and natural resources. The USDA also helps farmers and consumers by providing nutrition programs, loans, and disaster assistance. Let's look at the next one. The U.S. Department of the Interior, the DOI, manages the country's natural resources, cultural heritage, and public lands. The DOI also works to protect endangered species and upholds federal trust responsibilities to Native Americans. Let's look at the next one. The Department of Justice, the DOJ, is a federal agency that enforces U.S. laws, defends the country's interests, and seeks justice for those who break the law. The DOJ also works to prevent crime, protect civil rights, and ensure public safety. Let's look at the next one. The U.S. Department of the Treasury manages the country's finances, including collecting taxes, paying bills, and managing the public debt. The Treasury also advises on economic and tax policy and enforces tax and finance laws. Let's take a look at the next one. The U.S. Department of Labor, the DOL, enforces federal labor laws to protect workers' rights and promote the welfare of the workforce. And last but not least, the Department of Treasury manages the country's finance, including taxes, paying bills, and managing the public debt. The Treasury also advises on economic and tax policy and enforces the finance laws. Now, that's a lot of damn power that the president won't hold, but this person that they're going to give this over to, and not only that, but this is only temporary. Do you see what happens when you take your time and you start to go down the rabbit hole? That's everybody's well-being. Money, finances, agriculture. You're living your life. They're coming for your life. They're coming to take your life from you. I truly hope y'all understand what you just read, what you should have read. That's what that's all about. This is why you should not be turning your face, closing your ears, and putting your head in the sand. This is why you should not be doing that. They're coming after your livelihood. They're going to take it all from you. They are preparing it. They are telling you that they're getting ready to do it. But what do my people do? It's not happening. It's not really happening. No, it is happening. In front of your face. And just like the scriptures told us, they are bold. Their pride precedes them. Everything that the Father tells us is happening. But yet our people still won't listen. They still won't listen. I'm telling y'all, that's how bad it is right now. Our people still won't listen to any sound doctrine. The Father is telling us over and over, look, y'all better stop playing. He said, I'm not playing with y'all. I'm coming to kick some ass. He said, I'm going to wear y'all out. Y'all better keep my commandments and do what I tell you to do. Only 1/3, this small remnant of our people are listening. But the majority is going to die. And that's just the truth. Family, just make sure it's not you.